government, nobody don't fault with us.
People think they're gonna bug out, and get the metro people. I would say your best bug out kit is right now with your credit card and a U-Haul. I would leave now. And America we have the most freedom of mobility in the world. It's never going to get easier. It's never going to get cheaper. It's never going to be easier to do. So that's your first piece of advice. You got a credit card, freaking do what you got to do, sell some stuff, pack your shit up in a U-Haul. They're pretty cheap, and go freaking do something. All right, but then with the preppers and bug out people, especially in the metros, they're like, even the smart ones that do area studies and A-scope, and they kind of have an idea of where they're going to go. They're like, yep, we're going to bug out to the woods, the rural communities. We're going to go out to this national forest area. We're going to go out to the mountains. We're going to head for the hills and learn how to, I don't know, grow food in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what their plans are. All right, well, for the initial chaos, it's not bad to say, yeah, I got a family. I'm getting the hell out of there. You're definitely going to want to do that. But here's the thing, though. You got to know there's very limited rural, untouched areas in America. And
all right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles, that was great millstone. And South Asian brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. And yeah, man, this is beautiful, man. All right, hey, Yahweh Shai gave a parable, and at the end of the parable, he said the children of this world are wiser than the children of light. Let you know that even though the Lord's gonna come as a thief in the night, these heathens, especially Esau, Edom, can see that there's some sort of doom, for lack of a better phrase, coming. So they at least, in a certain sense, prepare for it. And that's prophecy as well, man. This is Revelation 6 and I'm gonna get verse 15 and 16. And the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men and the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said unto the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is coming, who shall be able to stand? So there's going to be a level of hiding that's going to happen. Now, of course, the rich and stuff, they're going to try to hide in bunkers and shit and whatever they got in the mountains to escape the nukes. All right, now this guy's simply talking about escaping violence, going to rural areas. And then the point of his video was the level of violence is going to come, which that is prophecy as well, Isaiah 19:2. It's going to be a big free fall. But there's something worse than that violence, man, and it is still violent, but it's not man to man or a group. It's nuclear missiles, man. Fire and brimstone is how this place goes down. There is no escaping that destruction in America. All right? And those who are overseas that escape, it's just so they can be put in chains. All right? But I want, through the Spirit, I want to touch on the nukes destroying this place utterly, man. Okay? Now, it is so raw that on every level there's going to be hiding. The elites are going to at least be able to be out of America. But if you're here, you're fucked. If you're in America, you are fucked. Wherever you hide at, it don't matter. You are through. So let's grab some precepts on that, man. Let's start with Isaiah 34. We'll start at the top and try to just, get through it. Enough of it. Isaiah 34:1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. All right, so just like Obadiah, the main destruction is going to be Edom, Idumea, a.k.a. Babylon. All right, Edom is the daughter of Babylon, America. All right, the place we were taken to on slave ships, spiritual Egypt. The whore that rode the beast back. This is going to be the greatest destruction. But the Lord is also going to have these armies gathered up in the valley of Yehoshaphat. You know, they say valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, but it means Yahweh's judgment, Yehoshaphat. And he's going to rain on them over there. All right, through his chariots. But nukes are going to hit this place called Babylon. Idumea, what you're going to get. So those are the two main places. All right, the so-called Middle East and America. All right, and the rest of the world is going to have their plagues and violence, but these two places are the main places. Let's keep going. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall be melted with their blood, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved. So now it's going into the destruction of America, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. That's what you call a mushroom cloud, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. And when you look at a ripe fig, it arches over like a missile that's incoming. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which is Edom, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath the sacrifice in Basra, another name for the land of Edom, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. All right? They refuse to let us go. Jeremiah 50:33. Actually, we're going to grab that, Lord willing. All right? They refuse to let us go. And for that, that's their judgment. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever from generation to generation. It shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. So this land that gets this destruction, no man will ever dwell there again. When nukes let off, what's the smoke of a nuke? It's literal smoke like a mushroom cloud and all that. But what's the after effect of a nuke? Radiation. Okay? But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out upon the lines of confusion and the stones of emptiness. What does that mean? These mountains and everything, they dusted. The water dusted. All right, you're not gonna know what Chicago, what Illinois ended and Indiana started. Landmarks dusted, okay? And that was really the point that this place will be dusted, man. Damn, you know what? Let me hear one more. They shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all her princes shall be nothing. Dusted, okay? This is Jeremiah 50. Let's hit 33. No, Jeremiah 50:31. Damn, Jeremiah 50:29. Call together the archers against Babylon. All ye that been in bold camp against it round about, let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done. Do unto her. For she hath been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith Yahweh. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets. Destroyed here, man. All her young men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. Thus saith the Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong. Yahweh of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause. that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, said Yahweh, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon the mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. And this is a modern sword, man. All right, hey, I believe in Job it calls it a flaming sword. Or a fiery sword. Ah, fuck. The glittering sword. The glittering sword. I feel like it's another one. Well, we did read in Isaiah. It talks about that sword being bathed in heaven come upon like doom, and we know that destruction is fire. So what is that? A nuke, right? Verse 37. A sword is upon their horses and upon their chariots and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her. They shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up. For it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols. This place will be a desert. Therefore the wild beasts of the desert, well, there we go. With the wild beasts of the islands shall dwell there, and the owl shall dwell therein. It shall be no more inhabited forever. Neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. As the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, the neighbor cities thereof, said Yahweh, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. Totally totaled, man. Behold, the people, now that was really the point of that, man. This place will be utterly destroyed. So there is no bug out bag. There is no get to the forest early so you don't have to worry about fighting one another, because that's going to be happening. There's a progression to this destruction. Yes, that's going to happen. A big royal rumble, this free for all, Isaiah 19:2, that's going to happen. But it ends with total destruction. Okay? There is no escaping this. This is the judgment written. All right? Ezekiel 35. And 1, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. And don't you see the pattern? All right? Seir is another name for Edom, because Edom will be the last ruler over the nation of Israel. That's Lamentations 4:21. Edom is whom the Lord is, when that day of judgment come, whom the Lord is going to come and take down. Isaiah 63. That's Mystery Babylon. Edom is the daughter of Babylon. This is the new modern Babylon, man. Okay? Seir, the land of Edom. There we go. And saying to it, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. And this time is literal. Like, it's other times say most desolate, and the Lord is going to jack you up. You know how Jake say something? All right, but it's literal this time, like completely white. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with the slain men, ain't no hiding. In thy hills and in thy valleys and all thy rivers, they shall fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual, everlasting desolations, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. Why? Controversy of Zion. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. So y'all ruled over the nation of Israel, which is the northern southern kingdom, so-called Negroes, Latin's, Native Americans, as if you're the Most High, and you're just going to keep us under your thumb and teach us your ways and just oppress us. So the Lord has a great judgment for you, man. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. Let me keep going. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate. They are given us to consume. This is your mindset where you can just fuck us up and there's no consequence, man. Thus with your mouth you have boasted against me and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, when the whole world, Salakia, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir and all Idumea. O Mount Seir and all Idumea. If Edom will be wiped out, even all of it, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. Edom will be wiped out. That's what you thought to do to us. To wipe us out, to make the name of Israel no more. But the Lord is literally going to wipe out all Edom, man. Complete destruction. Isaiah 14. First, the Lord's going to wipe this land like we read up top. And after you start your captivity, because like mentioned earlier, you know, in Psalms it says that to slap chains, not literally, you know, but we're going to slap chains. It don't literally say slap. We're literally going to do it, but we're not going to, it don't say slap is what I mean. All right, but we're going to roughly paraphrase. We're going to slap chains on the elites. All right, this honor have all his saints. But after that 1,000 years, they're going to be wiped out. When all the other heathens get their land back, they just got to pay tribute, you know, tithes essentially. And then the extra. When they get their lands back, you won't get a land. You're going to be destroyed. We're going to finish you off. And that starts with America being utterly destroyed. Isaiah 14:20. Isaiah 14:16. This let you know that Lucifer is a man. It's the king of Babylon. It tells you up top in the chapter. Then it continues going into the same subject. And now it says again that this man, right? Isaiah 14:16. So it's talking about a people. Edom. They that see thee shall ne'er look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdom? So Lucifer ain't talking about, that's not another name for the spiritual angel Satan. The left-hand angel Satan, no. Okay? That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof. They opened not the house of his prisoners. They refused to let us go. Jeremiah 50:33. All right? Yes, you're still a slave. That's why we have social security numbers. That's why we have to have identification. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. So all the heathens, they're going to get their land back. They're going to get buried, all right? They're going to get rest, okay? Thou shalt not be joined with them and bury you, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. So they enslaved even their own right now. They got to get social security numbers. They don't give a shit about nobody. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. You would never have your own land again. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. I will also make it a possession for the bitter and pools of waters, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. Utter destruction, man. Utter destruction. And that's really the point, man. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai Ba'asham HaKakodash. Double honor to the apostles of the Great Millstone. And Sausage Brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity shall have won my Bible ball.